good morning. Welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons. We thank God for those of you who have decided to join us here on the broadcast this morning. We appreciate to you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. We also want to give a big shout out to those of you who are watching the replay, whichever way you're doing it, whether it be on YouTube, whether it be on Facebook, however it is. We just thank you for tuning in to us and joining us here on the broadcast. As we always do when we go live, not always, but sometimes when you go live and you have to kind of make some adjustments, things just don't work the way you want them to work. And right now, that's the situation. We are rapidly trying to get our stream back to some type of normalcy. We are broadcasting from a different location today, so just bear with us as we again attempt to hopefully and prayerfully get a broadcast that is suitable to you, and that is something that we can get good quality in terms of our sound and our visual. So again, we thank you very much for tuning into the broadcast. We also thank God for those of you who are watching and listening on WIGO 1570 Atlanta's Incredible Radio. Actually, excuse me, it's the legendary WIGO Pacesetter 1570 AM. Well, a big weekend in sports. It was started off by the Atlanta Hawks playing last night against the Golden State Warriors. And they did what they had to do last night. They won 127 to 119 over pretty much a depleted Golden State Warrior squad. They did not have Draymond Green. They did not have Andrew Wiggins. Both of those guys, of course, are world champions and former All-Stars. And neither one of those guys were able to play last night. So the Hawks were basically in good position to do what they had to do to, as far as being in the ability. Let me put it like this way: as far as being set up to win a game, you couldn't ask for anything better. You had a situation where two top players from the team you're playing are not going to be able to play. You also have a situation that a team is coming from the West Coast, coming all the way to the East. You also have a situation that this year that Golden State, for whatever reason, has had great difficulty winning on the road. They've been terrible on the road this year. I mean, absolutely terrible. They have not played well at all. Not sure what's going on with Golden State, but the bottom line is they have been a team that has not played well on the road. So Hawks had every opportunity and they seized it by winning 127 to 119. And that was a very, very critical win for them to get them back to 500. So Hawks now back to 500 as they make their push towards the postseason, and hopefully they'll be able to do so and go ahead and get what they need to get done in the postseason as far as getting into that non-play-in situation. That's really the key for the Hawks. You don't want to get into that play-in. You want to get hopefully into the sixth seed. They got their work cut out for them. It's going to be a struggle, but hopefully and prayerfully they'll be able to get that done. As last night, again, they pulled off a big win at home, 127 to 119. Now, here's something very interesting is that we found, and John Collins made a mention of this. One of the things that is a problem for most Atlanta teams, especially the Hawks and the Falcons, because they're downtown, kind of you're near entertainment centers, and also you have so many people that are not from Atlanta. Last night, you had a situation where the Hawks were trying to hold on to a precarious lead, and they found themselves in a situation that Golden State was beginning to come back and make a run to possibly win that game. Now, the crazy thing is that we actually had a situation where Hawks fans, well, excuse me, Lord have mercy, not Hawks fans. We actually had a situation that inside the stadium, people were cheering for Golden State, number one, and actually booed DeJounte Murray when we went to the foul line to hit some shots. I got to tell you, that's really unacceptable. I mean, I don't know how the folks are going to be able to do that for both the Falcons and the Hawks. I'm not sure what they need to get done, but it is pitiful for you to come in playing in your home stadium and see and hear the opposing fans cheer and boo against you. I'm just saying, only in Atlanta do you get this kind of nonsense. And really, that's probably one of the reasons why this city has struggled to have a winner, except for the Braves. Atlanta United, with these two teams, you go to the games, nobody's cheering the other team. for the most part, when you go to a Braves game, even when you have legacy teams like the Red Sox come in or the Dodgers come in, it is 85% Braves fans. It's 85% Atlanta United fans, probably more than that because Atlanta United being a soccer team, you don't have those types of quote unquote out of town rivalry teams or legacy teams that come in and scoff up these tickets. So when the team goes in, Atlanta United players talk about it. Braves players talk about it. The help of the hometown crowd. Now, don't get me wrong. When the Falcons are winning, the Hawks are winning. Yeah, fans get into the game, must see TV. It's great. It's rocking and rolling. But what you'll find is that it's not consistent, especially when the team doesn't play too well. You get a situation that you have, last night. We got a team playing, opposing team making a run, trying to come back and win the game on the road, and you have your own fans cheering for that team and booing against you. And John Collins even mentioned that in the he even mentioned that in his end of game comments. So kind of crazy last night, but like I said again, the Hawks did what they had to do. They won the game. And speaking of John Collins, he had probably one of his best games of the season, maybe one of the best games he's had in a few years. What he ended up doing was he actually had 17 points in about the first 6 minutes of the game. He had 20 points after the end of the first quarter. Now, he tailed off dramatically and didn't score again into the fourth quarter. But the points he did score in the fourth quarter were critical. They came with less than a minute to play. He had snagged a big rebound in the crowd and was fouled and hit his final 2 points of the game for himself, 22 points. But they were critical. They pushed the Hawks into about a 4 or 5 point lead with less than a minute to go. And then Trae Young did something that a lot of people, I guess, wouldn't think that he would do, really iced the game with a defensive play, a beautiful wraparound steal off of Golden State's Steph Curry, and he got down for a layup that put the game out of reach. So who knew that Trae Young had it in him to play that defense and make the play that he needed to make to seal the game, not with a big bucket, but instead with a big steal. And again, the Hawks hold on to win 127 to 119. And it's really not brain surgery, folks. They need to get into that sixth spot. Now, how they're going to do it, I don't know. They have approximately, I think it's like 12 games left. So hopefully that they will be able to win. I think they have to go 8-4. I think they have to go 8-4 in order to win uh, and get into that sixth spot. So I don't know. Hopefully they can do it. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tough. But we look forward to them being able to get in there, get into the playoffs, and hopefully make some noise. And then really next year, they have to look at some things as far as taking this team to the next level. Now, don't get me wrong. I like John Collins, great guy, really a great team guy, especially. But one of the things that he's been struggling with since he's been with the Hawks, especially in these last couple of years since they've had Clint Capella, is really an inconsistency in play. Like we'll get the John Collins from 3 or 4 years ago, 17 points, 9 rebounds, but then we'll get some guy we don't know. We'll get an 8 point game with 2 or 3 rebounds, fouls out, and really doesn't impact the game at all. So that's going to be a big question mark. Is John Collins going to be able to stay with this team? Now, as you know, he comes up in trade rumors every single year. And it's because of this reason. It's because he just is inconsistent in his play. And the Hawks a lot of times don't know what they're going to get from him from game to game. And until he can get that, kind of handled, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So what do you guys think? Should the Hawks kind of revamp this team again? Should they kind of reboot, start from scratch? Or do you think that they have the firepower and the personnel to be able to get to the next level and to get back where they were before kind of, I won't say the collapse, but kind of where they kind of got off track. What do you guys think? Please let me know. We're going to go ahead and put our log on into the comments. Again, we are broadcasting to you live from Atlanta. And this is the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, Minister Jonathan Simmons. And again, we appreciate all those of you who decided to join us in today as we kind of do things a little differently today. We're broadcasting from an area that we don't normally broadcast from, and so consequently, the Wi-Fi is a little spotty. But thank the Lord for those of you hanging in there as we go through some difficulties with our volume in terms of our audio, and might have some little flicky flake going on our video. But again, we appreciate all those of you who have decided to hang out with us. I was talking right now about the Atlanta Hawks. Big win, as I mentioned last night. 127-119, a much needed victory by the Hawks. And so I'm going to put this question up here. I'm going to let you guys be able to, that's right, you will be able to join the broadcast if you like. I'm going to put the link up on the screen for those of you who are watching. Especially want to give a bigger shout out to all the Hawks groups that we're in. I know that a couple of the groups have a live chat going on right now. So here's what I want to ask you. We'd love to have you join our chat. We'd love to have you be a part of the program. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right up here on social media. This is how you can actually join the show. Join into the conversation. I'm going to put it up right here on social media so you guys can see it. I got to get my caps lock off because my producer is not with me today. So we're going to, well, I shouldn't say that. Our producer is back in the studio. Lady E, Erica Holloway. She is our in studio producer back at the legendary WIGO 1570. We appreciate her for doing all the stuff that she is doing on the show and behind the scenes. So I'm putting it right now on social media. Join us on the show right now. And here it is. I'm gonna put the link up here. Here's the link. What you guys can do is, as far as joining in, you can do this. I know a lot of people say, man, I don't want to come on the air. I don't come on the screen because the bottom line is I don't want to be seen. It's 10 o'clock on a Saturday. My hair is not right. Whatever be. Well, good news. Do it like Zoom. Use your avatar. We want to hear your voice. I appreciate your comments, obviously, online, but love to hear your voice as well. There it is right there. That's the link. What you do, copy the link. You can go right on your phone and you come in. If you're going to come in and be visual, if you could hold the phone horizontally, because if you do it this way, it kind of crops off around the screen. But that's how you join the Real Talk Sports broadcast right now. Join us on the show. Click on that link. You can do it on your laptop. If you got the camera rig and everything set up, boom, you can come in here live, just like Zoom. If not, you can do it just like Zoom. Just put in your avatar so people can't see you. But we'd love to hear your voice on the Real Talk Sports Show right now as we talk about the Atlanta Hawks and what they need to do to take the next step. What do you guys think? Looking at the lineup, we got some pluses. Number one, we got the big Okongwu had a big game last night. We saw that. He showed once again that he is a guy that really, Travis Schlenk did a good job bringing him in at the position that he did. Here's a guy that really has come on strong in the last couple of years, showing that he could really be, even though he's not necessarily as big as some of the bigs as far as physical size, he's got great hops and he's got a lot of what the people say, they got that dog in him. Yeah, this young man backs down from no one, not afraid of anyone. So Okongwu obviously is a keeper. AJ Griffin last night got a lot of playing time by Coach Carter. Coach Carter. My bad. Coach Quinn Snyder got a lot of playing time last night, and he came through, scored 14 points, had some big buckets. I think this young man is kind of in that transitionary period right now, as any rookie would be. You can see that all the potential to be a bona fide, top quality, either six man at the wing or possibly down the road a starter. He's got all the tools. He's aggressive. He's confident when he gets on a pretty good roll, especially. And he has good pedigree. His dad is an assistant coach with Toronto. So again, AJ Griffin, great to see him getting some time. For a while, I think he was in the coach's doghouse. But I think what it was is that Coach Quinn Snyder is really trying to teach his team how to play defense. And for some reason, I think AJ was having a little problems with the scheme that Snyder was running. So again, good to see him on the court last night and good to see him, playing a big role in the Hawks win. Matter of fact, the whole bench really did an outstanding job in being able to, help them win ball games. Look, guys, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick little break. Then we're coming back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show. Like I said, great stuff going on here in Atlanta. Hawks making their move, trying to get to the playoffs. The Falcons, when we talk about the Falcons, what you guys think about some of the moves they've made with draft picks. And also we're going to talk about the fact that 75th anniversary of NASCAR is this year. Well, guess who will be there on the scene? We'll be back with more of the Real Talk Sports Show in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked right here.
Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
This is OJ Howard with Real Talk Sports.
What's up, guys? This is Tim Tebow. You're listening to Real Talk Sports.
This is Charles Woodson. Let me grab the mic. You ready? This is Charles Woodson with Real Talk Sports. Hey, it's your boy JB Smooth with Real Talk Sports.
We are back. You are listening and watching the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, the Minister Jonathan Simmons, and we're going to go and do something a little different. As you guys know, on the Saturday show, we try to make it fully interactive with the radio station, which is the legendary WIGO 1570 Pace Setter, 1570 AM, broadcasting to you from Morrow and Atlanta. And I believe our producer is in the building. Lady E, welcome back.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to see your smiling face this morning.
So we're
yeah.
Good to see your smiling face as well.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've been a busy girl this week. I'm moving. So that's a chore.
You already know that's a chore, no doubt, no doubt. Well, we appreciate you once again rocking the team colors there for the city of Atlanta. As you guys know, or some of you guys don't know, here in Atlanta, we're all about the red and black, representing all the sports teams. Now, I don't want to throw no shade on Georgia Tech. We love you guys, but the big colors are red and black, representing Atlanta. In terms of the Falcons, we have red for the Atlanta Hawks. We also have a lot of red, white and blue also with the Braves, and of course the red and black from them two-time national champion, the Georgia Bulldogs. So we appreciate you, Lady E, for rocking the colors today.
Oh, yes. And WIGO has that red and black going on too.
You're surely right. You're surely right. That's absolutely right. Well, look, speaking of red and black, the Hawks last night, they won. Did what they had to do, knocking off Golden State. And I tell everybody, and I don't want to get it twisted, Golden State was kind of shorthanded. They had no Draymond Green and no Andrew Wiggins. But at the end of the day, the Hawks did what they had to do. Golden State came into this. They were one of the worst teams on the road this year. I don't even think they won 10 games on the road.
Oh, wow.
So it was critical. Yeah, it was critical that Atlanta was able to pull this win off. And I got to tell you, Lady, and John Collins, one of the Hawk Star players, mentioned this. It's funny how Atlanta, being kind of a transient city, the fan base, for some reason, for the Hawks and the Falcons, I don't want to say they're bandwagon fans, but they're kind of bandwagon fans. When those two teams are winning, when you go to those games, it is rocking. But when they're kind of like this, the opposing team buys a lot of the tickets. And last night, as the Hawks were trying to hang on to this win, the fans from the other team actually were cheering against the Hawks.
Wow.
To the point where John Collins said, "Look here, I appreciate you guys, but for coming out, but you can't come in here and not cheer for us." So yeah, got a little snarky there. Yeah, got a little snarky. So speaking of teams making moves, the Atlanta Falcons, even though we're in off-season, football season not here yet, Atlanta Falcons making some major moves in the off-season now to, get this team back to where it was a couple of years ago. Because, Lady, can you believe this? It's now been 6 years from that magical run to the Super Bowl. That's not that long ago, but it seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yes, it's fast. These years are going fast. I'm trying not to count my gray hairs, but anyway, that is
you already
amazing.
Yeah, so they went in February of 2017. Ironically, I should say ironically, the cool thing was that was our first year really fully covering the Falcons. And we actually were there for that wonderful Super Bowl run, went to Houston and caught all the fanfare before the game. And of course, like thousands of Falcons fans, watched them crumble in the fourth quarter and end up losing that game in overtime. But we really haven't had that kind of energy, with this team. So
Right.
Falcons gonna make it back, and like you said, they're making some moves here in the off season to really try to get this team, back to a championship team.
I hope so. I will be there live. I'm a fan, like I told you last week. I am a win, lose, or draw. I'm a Falcons fan, but I like more wins than loses and draws.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think everybody is in the same position. They want to see a winning team, especially now that they're paying. I mean, you're paying a lot of money to go to these games. People want to go ahead and, see good quality, top players here. So and they've done some stuff. I mean, their credit,
Hmm.
they've made some big signings. They brought in a guy from out of Cincinnati.
Hmm.
Bengals have come off of 2 straight years of going deep in the playoffs. They brought in a safety, Jesse Bates III. This guy's an all-pro.
Wow. Wow. That's excellent.
Yep. So they brought him in. They've also brought in a guy who, for people who watch high school football here in Atlanta, very familiar name, Taylor Heineke. This guy played for Collins Hill up on the north side of Atlanta, was an outstanding player. Later went on to do great things at, I think, Division 1A college football, and he's been kind of like the backup quarterback for a couple of teams, including last year the Washington Commanders. And to be very candid, Lady E, he came in here and 2 years ago helped the Washington Commanders knock off the Falcons with some great play in the
Mm,
fourth quarter. So
mm, wow.
he's coming
Well,
to
I
Atlanta now.
expect great things from him. I expect great things.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, it's just a situation where this young man, they've already picked the starter, and a guy who I was very high on, Desmond Ritter, is still going to be technically the starter. But I'm telling everybody, don't sleep on Taylor Heineke. He's a guy that could come in here and he's going to challenge Ritter for the job. I mean, Ritter's going to have to play like a number one QB or Heineke. Like I said, I've seen him. He's coming as a backup and he's played well on so-so teams. So I can imagine he can do some big stuff with the Atlanta Falcons, who, like I tell everybody, this is a team. Keep in mind this: last year, because the NFC South is so suspect, the Falcons, if they had won 2 more games, they would have won to the playoffs last year.
Oh yeah,
They just won
absolutely,
2 more games.
absolutely. Yes, I was
So
hoping they would do that too, but let's see what happens this year. They got some big players. We need to just do it. I'm praying that when I'm sitting there and watching the Falcons new team, I still call them a new team. I want them to win.
right. I think that's really the key for all Falcons fans. They want to see them really get back to being a winning team, not just a winning team, but really get to a point where they can make some real moves in postseason. That's what I think people want to see. They want to see the Falcons really get to postseason, get
Mhm.
back to being a situation where they are a team that, and we missed this. We missed what we had in the Matt Ryan, Julio Jones years. It's like every
Yeah.
year, pretty much the Falcons win the playoffs. Every year they were a threat at least to go deep into the playoffs. So this is what
Mhm.
people want to see, and we want to get back to that kind of situation. I'm gonna go over really quickly here for those of you who may not be aware. These are some of the signings that the Falcons made. First of all, and this is from the Falcoholic. First of all, Caleb McGarry, their offensive tackle, a guy who for the first couple of years with the Falcons really didn't play that well, but he bulked up, got himself all ripped up before last season because he was coming into a free agency year where, if he played well enough, he could get a big contract. Guy looked like Superman, and to his credit, kind of played like Superman. Wasn't that good on terms of pass blocking, but along with along with his tag team partner, he really became a guy that became a force on that running game. Him and Chris Lindstrom, who the Falcons also re-signed to a huge contract. He made him. Chris Lindstrom is now the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL, but rightfully
Wow.
so. He's rated as one of the top 3 linemen in the league.
Mm,
And him and Caleb McGarry teamed up to be a part of a Falcon line that had the third best rushing attack in the NFL.
that is amazing.
Yep.
I
So
hope to
that
see a
offensive
lot of
line
that.
is missing. Oh yeah, because I mean, here's the thing: the Falcons showed they could run the ball, and they could
Yeah.
run the ball at will. And I think that if they just had, not fact, not I think, I know if they just had just a little bit better quarterback play, like I mentioned, they were 2 games, 2 wins, not 20, excuse me, not 20, not 5 wins away, not 4 wins away. They were just 2 wins away from the playoffs,
Hmm.
and really possibly, if the math had been right, only 1 win away from getting into the playoffs. So we know that the team has the foundation to make some noise. So again, Caleb McGarry now staying with Chris Lindstrom, part of that Falcons offensive line that ran the ball very efficiently. You heard me just talk about Taylor Heineke, the quarterback. Now people say, what's the big deal about a backup quarterback? I already went over that. This is a guy that can fill in immediately in case something happens, God forbid, to Desmond Ritter. And the other thing, he's
Hmm.
going to push Ritter to play his best to keep that starter position.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
Absolutely. Yes.
Jessie Bates the third, the safety coming out of Cincinnati, like I say, he's an all-pro. He's going to help shore up that defensive backfield. Now we got another all-pro to go along with AJ Terrell, who many people think is one of the top 5 cornerback now in the NFL. So now you got
Hmm.
some 2 key players in that defensive backfield. David Onyemata coming over from the rival New Orleans Saints. Defensive tackle, they think is going to give some help to Grady Jarrett. Now you can't continue to double up Grady. You now got another stud, another big guy to stop the run as well. So that's going to be a huge factor for the Falcons going forward. Number 2, Ty Davis, a guy I really don't know that much about. He's a 1-year signee. He's going to be kind of like a backup linebacker. Atlanta's trying to make sure they have plenty of depth at line
Hmm.
to help them out just in case. The more the merrier. Bradley Pinion, the punter that the Falcons had, is coming back. They re-signed him.
Mm.
He had a good year last year. So they keep him.
Hmm.
Another guy, Keith Smith, fullback. Falcons are one of a few teams in the NFL that still have a fullback. He has re-signed with the Falcons as well to help them keep things going. Here's one of the big splashy signings. Caden Ellis, also coming over from Who Dat Nation, the Saints. Coming over here, this is a young man that has the potential to be a Pro Bowl linebacker. He's done great things in his first year as a full-time starter. Had, I think, either 7 or 8 sacks. So he's going to hopefully bring some help on the defensive pressure coming off the edge, and also be able to be a guy that is versatile enough that if teams try to run, he can be a run stopper, but more importantly, give them also some potential additional coverage. If you have a team that likes to kind of dink and dunk with the pass, this young man has showed that he is a versatile guy and can do a lot of things. And also, I think he's going to be a big help to the young Falcons linebackers that they have already. Speaking of linebackers / defensive end, Lorenzo Carter, another hometown guy, is staying right here. He played at the University of Georgia. He has been re-signed again to again help the Falcons on defense. So, yeah,
Mm.
they're doing everything they can
This is
to make
amazing.
this team a competitive team.
I, I can't wait for the season to start. You named some big, great names in there. I cannot wait. And plus,
Yeah, I think I say,
the people
go ahead.
hiring, they came from the Saints too, as well, didn't they?
Well, yeah, and one guy I forgot. They've also signed another defensive end, John Smith. Listen, it's hopefully all this stuff pans out, but it's human nature. You're going to go with people that you know. So there's no question that so far there's been an emphasis on former Saints players, and even from last year, an emphasis on former Titans players, because as you know, our coach Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans, and
Hmm.
of course our GM came over from the New Orleans Saints. So Terry
Yes.
Fontenot. So at the end of the day, you gotta go with what you know, and both of these
Absolutely.
guys are definitely doing that.
And they obviously had good relationships with those people, so that's why they're here.
Well, in terms of Caden Ellis, he talked about in the press conference, he talked about the fact that he was excited because the Falcons named as their defensive coordinator one of the coaches from the New Orleans Saints. Guy had a great reputation of coaching these guys up and making them better. And the linebacker from the Saints, Caden Ellis, said that's one of the reasons why Atlanta really pushed ahead of some other teams that he was interested in, because of that familiarity, because of the fact that he knew that this coach could coach him up. So that's what we're looking for. Hashtag
Mm.
coaching matters.
Yes, absolutely. At
So
the end of
we
the
look forward to Falcons. Yep, doing
Mhm.
some good stuff. Well, lady, listen, before we go to a break, tell us really quickly kind of where we can find you because you do your own little show, don't you?
I do my own little show, but since I was a little bit busy this week, we're going to replay last week's show where I am telling the story of Faith Evans, the life and her journey, and I feature artists that are associated with her in some capacity. So last week I featured New Edition. I did not know they were on the Bad Boy label at one time briefly. So, yes, this week I'm going to replay that show and tune in to the history, the song, the artist at 5 p.m. on Sundays, right here on the legendary WIGO 1570 Pace Setter.
And that is it. That is it. Well, like I said, guys, if you do want to find out more about what is going on, remember, lock it in on WIGO. It's a legendary WIGO pace set of 1570 AM. You can find them on the dial, 1570, right at the end of your dial, doing great music in terms of gospel, old school R&B. And on Saturday, we have an eclectic mix of talk shows like this. We also have some international flavor with Caribbean, and we also one of the few stations in the South metro area, excuse me, I should say in the Atlanta area, that do a blues and Southern soul segment. Now,
Hmm.
sometimes it's a little spicy for your ears, but if that's your flavor, tune in to WIG on Saturdays as we do the Southern soul and blues. Well, listen, guys, keep it locked right here. We're going to take a quick little break because we want to give a shout out to all the sponsors, especially this sponsor right here. Hopefully, you guys can see it up on the screen there, Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln. We appreciate all the work that they do here behind the scenes. They're also my employer. So again, if you guys need a vehicle, come see moi. Yeah, at Allen Vigil Ford and Lincoln, located in Morrow, Georgia. You also can find them 24/7. Shop there online at allenvigilford.net. You can see it right there on the screen, allenvigilford.net. And you also can just simply give me a call. 678-410-9833 is the cell, or 678-364-3979 is the office number. All right, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Matter of fact, why don't you guys hear a little bit about the great service at Allen Vigil Ford?
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our number one priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net. Hey sports fans, tune in for live high school football Friday, 7:30 p.m. on RealTalkSports.net. Check out your favorite Metro Atlanta teams as they do battle on the gridiron. It's your high school game of the week, live streaming free Friday nights on RealTalkSports.net. For more sports coverage and great sports talk, catch the Real Talk Sports Show Tuesdays, 8 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Twitch. Brought to you by Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, a business giving back to their community. Give them a call at 678-364-3979 or check them out online at allenvigilford.net.
Yeah. Oh, we're back here. How about that? That was quick. We're back at the situation. I'm your host, Mr. Jonathan Simmons. Again, if you want to, please, 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 we're going to ask you, follow us and follow the show on social media. Here's the information right here. There it is on the screen popping up. It is. See it down there. Real Talk Sports to number 7. You can follow the show. You can follow me personally at Minister J Sim. That's Minister, the letter J, SIMM. You can follow us on social media. And here's the cool thing: if you have a great topic you want to talk about on the show, if you think, hey man, I got a coach, I got a player that's really doing some cool things in the community. Again, right there, you can see on the screen, Jay Simmons, that's JSIMMONS at realtalksports.net, or you can text me or call me at 678-410-9833. We would love to have you and what you're doing, or if that favorite person on our show. And again, we try to really focus on the local community. Last week, for those of you who missed it, we actually had the head coach of Morehouse College come in. He's new head coach and talking about all the things that are going on. And there's so much action and activity going around HBCU sports right now. We're going to be one of the vanguards of bringing that in because we got a connection, Lady D, to
Mm.
HBCUs that some people are not aware of. Yes, the connection
Oh,
is
wow.
that our new owner, Miss Sheila Brown, is a Morehouse mom. She has two sons that attend the legendary university. And of course, as us being an African American owned station, that who
Hmm.
better than us to cover the great things that are going on at HBCUs? And for those of you who don't know what that means historically black colleges and university.
Right.
Who better to do that than us? So
Right
look
here.
for us to do more HBCU coverage,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
We're right in the middle of it here in Atlanta. So speaking of Atlanta, big stuff going on in Atlanta this weekend, besides the Hawks, besides the Falcons burning up the wires with free agent signings. We got those of you who feel the need for speed. You can go right down the road, just about maybe a half an hour drive from downtown Atlanta, and you can go to the legendary Atlanta Motor Speedway, where for the rest of the day today and tomorrow, they will be on one of the fastest tracks in the land. Atlanta Motor Speedway having races here for trucks. They have races here for the Step Below NASCAR series. And then tomorrow, the big race itself, NASCAR in full throttle on the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Yeah, it's going to be epic.
All right. Whoo, busy,
And
busy.
busy weekend. And guess who will be there? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we will be
Uh,
there bringing you coverage from live on the scene.
that is wonderful, Jonathan. I'm amazed at the many areas that you are covering. And you can hear it
I
right
told
here live on WIGO 1570 Pace Setter. That's another great thing that we do here, right here.
Yeah, we try to bring you anything that's going on and in local, especially in local sports. And what some
Mm.
people may not know is that the Speedway is located technically, I believe, right on the border between. In fact, I know they're right on the border between Clayton and Henry County. I think they're technically in Clayton County. So, again, this
Right.
is where we're located. We're in the heart of Clayton County. We're the only terrestrial station, full blown, full commercial station in operation in the county.
Hmm. That's
So
amazing.
we are committed. Well, one of the things that's going on in terms of NASCAR is that NASCAR has levied a ginormous fine against one of the top teams in NASCAR, Hendrick Motorsports. And for those of you from the Atlanta area, that's right, the same Hendricks that you're talking about that has the car dealerships. Rick Hendrick Chevrolet. Also, Mr. Hendrick is an owner of a phenomenal NASCAR team. This team has won multiple cup championships over the years. He actually is the team that a hometown hero is on, Mr. Chase Elliott. Many people know that name because his dad, Bill Elliott, was a legendary racer, won the NASCAR Cup Series in the prime of his life. And both of those guys are right here from Georgia. But yeah, they have been levied a staggering $100,000 each crew chief. It says what they did was, I'm going to read it out here. It says Hendrick Motorsports Chad Noss responded forcefully Friday to penalties that NASCAR levied against the organization for issues with hood louvers. It said he put the onus on NASCAR and their suppliers. It said NASCAR stated the hood louvers on all 400 cars were found to have been modified at the Phoenix Raceway Series. And the official, because what they do is a lot of people don't know that NASCAR, at the end of each race, does a full inspection of the cars to make sure the
Hmm.
cars are tampered with. So in their inspection, they found these things. It says that all four of the crew chiefs from each team have been penalized $100,000 apiece.
Ooh, wow.
Alex Bowman, Carl Larson, William Bryan. Also, those drivers lose 100 playoff points each, along with their teams and the number 9 team, which is the Chase Elliott car. So this is huge.
Mm.
I mean, these guys are this because when that whole race, this series gets down to that race for the cup, you're talking about losing 100 points. That could mean the difference between you finishing 5th or 3rd or
Right.
even winning. So this is huge. And Hendrick Motorsports issued a statement on Wednesday saying they're going to appeal.
Mm.
It says, what it says, I'm gonna read a quote here. It says, I think it's a terrible situation. And this is the vice president of competition for Hendricks Motorsports. He said, I think it's a terrible situation, not only for us, but for the industry, to be quite honest. I think that what I dislike the most, it's ugly. We shouldn't be in this situation. It's really unfortunate that we are because it doesn't help anybody. He goes on to say that we as a company, we in the garage, every one of these teams here are being held accountable to put their car out there to go through inspection, perform at the level they need to, and the teams are being held accountable for that. Says nobody's holding the suppliers accountable, and no one's holding NASCAR accountable as well. So I'm sure this is going to be the talk of the race later on. I'm sure that there's going to be talking points in the press conferences. But yeah, huge penalty for one of the top teams in the sport. So we're going to see how that's all going to play out.
Okay. Wow.
No, a lot of money, a
A
lot of
lot
money.
of money. Yes. Mm.
Well, now let's go to some good news. There was history made a few weeks ago in NASCAR, and you say, pray tell, what would that be? Well, the news is that we had something that had never happened before. Brad Daugherty, for those of you who are OGs like me, you might remember him, was a part of some legendary North Carolina basketball teams, later went on to play in the pros for the Cleveland Cavaliers and an outstanding career there. Well, he saved his money. And what a lot of people didn't know while he was playing is that he had a love for NASCAR racing. And he became a part owner of his own NASCAR team. And at the Daytona 500, probably the biggest race in NASCAR, he became, along with his partner, history makers. He became the first African American owner of a team to win the Daytona 500, and his partner, being a female, became only the second female owner to win a Daytona 500 race. So everybody likes to talk about diversity. Everybody likes to talk about making moves and making things more accessible to people of all races and sexes. But NASCAR
Mhm.
said, we ain't talking about it. We be about it. So salute to Brad Daugherty as becoming again the first African American owner to win Daytona 500 race.
Fabulous. That is absolutely fabulous. And I love hearing that a woman was involved with that.
That is correct. Yeah, they both own the team, a joint ownership. So it's exciting there. And of course, a lot of people also don't know another famous former North Carolina basketball player also owns a NASCAR team. Some guy by the name of Michael Jordan. And so
Oh,
Brad Daugherty, being, I believe, a former teammate, threw a little shades. Hey, man, I got there first. So the friendly competition will continue. Last year, Michael Jordan actually was at the NASCAR race. We just missed him. He was there because Atlanta has two races, one in March and one in July. And
hmm
I had just left, and he kind of slid in on the radar. Excuse me, I had not come yet. He kind of slid in on the radar, came in early, toured his car pit, and took a look at the team. But yeah, Michael Jordan is also owner of NASCAR. Again, don't know if he's going to be here now because we're in the middle of basketball season, and he
right.
also owns the Hornets as well. But Michael Jordan is also an owner. So slowly but surely, we're seeing more people involved. Emmitt Smith, a former NFL star, I think he's also he's either applying to be an owner or was already a minority owner of a team. So we're starting to see the NASCAR diversity pop in. Let's go to social media here. We've been so busy talking, we did not see our social media flag come up. And let's see, here we go. Okay, we got a big shout out from news_sports HBCU EDU.
Mm,
Appreciate you. Yes,
yes.
indeed. So we appreciate you and your support, and we'll look to do the reciprocal report as well. So listen, guys, I don't know if you guys do a show or what is it you do, but we want to invite you to contact us because, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a lot more HBCU coverage, especially HBCU sports. So please, we'd love to have you come in and be a contributor on the show. Let me know what you are seeing out there in HBCU sports from your perspective. So I'm going to pop it up on the screen here so you guys can take a peek and how you can find out more about us and how you can contact me. Let me get it up on the screen right now. Um, Here we go. We're doing a little bingo. Here's how you can find out. Please contact us. Hit us up, jsimmons@realtalksports.net. You see it right there on the screen. You can call me on the cell, 678-410-9833. That's actually my cell, or you can text me as well. So please, we'd love to have it be in contact with you and know kind of what you guys are doing so we can help promote what you have going on and also to get your opinion on the growth of HBCU sports. So we're going to be that spot so you guys can get it. And also remember, if you're doing stuff here with high school sports, especially high school football, Well, we're not going to announce it yet because we don't have all the pieces in place, but we're going to be doing some things for high school sports next year. And good Lord willing, we're going to be trying to do something big. So
Hmm.
hopefully we can have more of you contribute and be a part of it. Okay, here's what we're going to do one more time. We got a few minutes left in the show. I know some of you out there are sports fans and you always want to do sports talk radio. So, good news. I'm going to put it right up here on the screen how you can be a part of the show today. I'm going to put the link up. It's the same link that BE uses and all of our guests. Bam, there it is right there. That's the link. It's not gobbledygook. That's the link right there. If you paste that link into the browser on your computer, or if you put it up onto your cell phone, you can actually be a part of the broadcast. Just saying, you can be a part
Right
of that.
now.
And right now, right now,
Hmm.
because see, the way we do it is it's easier for us and for you if we are simulcasting both on the radio and on the social media platforms that we're on. We're also, for those of you who don't know, we're also on Roku TV. That's right.
Hmm.
If you go into Tiki Live and put in Phoenix Entertainment Group, which is owned by Gary Booker, our good friend, you actually will see our show broadcasting live on the big screen.
Hmm.
So this could be your opportunity to be seen and heard. Here it is right there. There's the link. I'm gonna pop it up now on social media. So you can be a part of the broadcast if you like. Uh, Bam! There it is. Join us right now on the Real Talk Sports Show. Get that link, paste it into your browser, or click onto it from your phone. And voila, I will see you in the green room. And once you appear, either through your avatar, if you say, look, I don't want to be on camera, that's cool. We just want to hear our voice. Beautiful. We'll bring you on and let you be a part of the show. We got about 10 minutes left to go. You're watching again the Real Talk Sports Show. You see it right there. That's the link. And there we go. So yeah, guys, great stuff going on here. Great stuff going on at the station. We are located right in the heart of Clayton County. We are a real live AM station. We're not just, kind of on social media. We are an actual station. We have a location there. And here's the thing, if you guys actually want to have your own show, do you know there's a way to do that? That's right. You can join us on the lineup. You saw my information there earlier. Hit me up. We have affordable rates for you to have your own show. Now, maybe you say, hey, brother, we can't afford to do a whole hour show. No worries. We have 15-minute show programs. We have 30-minute show programs, or we even have opportunities for you to do a 60-second like moments of inspiration.
Hmm.
Yeah. So again, if you want to do that, it's real easy. Give us a call. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen here for you. 678-410-9833, or simply send us an email. Let's get it up here on the screen. I got it here somewhere. Ta-da! Yeah, so you can have your own show. That's right, you. All those you guys are saying, hey man, we got social media pages, we got thousands of followers. Well, how cool would it be for you to bring that to our station, where you actually can now maybe get sponsors and that get a few little ka-ching in your pocket. So again, hit me up, Simmons at realtalksports.net, or give me a call on the phone, 678-410-9833, and we will show you how you can be a part of the legendary WIGO Pace Setter 1570 AM family. And you might even get a chance to work with uh, our producer, Lady E. As you can see, she's in the studio right there. That could be you.
And I love
So appreciate you
producing.
guys. She's surely right. And you can, I mean, we do a full-blown production. Like I said, on Saturdays, since I'm out and about in the field, we're kind of doing some split things. So I'm doing my own producing here from whatever location I'm at. And of course, Lady E's holding it down at the studio. But if you guys
Hmm.
come to the studio, you have her full attention. You can bring
Oh,
in your
yeah.
own guest and you can get some sponsor dollars. I'm just saying.
Amen. Yes. I produce my
We got
own
some.
show as well. So, hey.
That's right. Now, one more time, the name of your show, when it's aired, and I think you got a little teaser for the re-airing of what you got coming up soon.
All right. Well, in the area, we have Tasteful Tuesdays, by the way. That's coming up the last Tuesday of this month. So you guys need to stay locked in and see when and where we are doing it. Well, actually, we are doing it right here at WIGO 1570 Pacesetter. We are located at 2424 Old Rex Morrow Road. And again, that's going to be the last Tuesday of this month, where we will be starting at, I believe, 3 o'clock. Don't get me wrong, 3 or 4 o'clock to 7 p.m. So we're going to have live music from local artists. We're going to have DJs. We're going to have food. We're going to display businesses. So if you have a business, by the way, you can contact us also and display your business. We cater to the community, and we certainly
Right.
cater to the Black community as well. So come on by, listen out for the announcement, and we hope to see you right here at WIGO 1570.
I'm just gonna pop that up there. I think we have a flyer here somewhere, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get a hold of that so we can
Uh,
take a look at this here. But yeah,
yeah.
it is Tasteful Tuesdays, great stuff that we do. It is something
Hmm.
that you can, and again, if you like, if you say, look, I actually want to kind of do a Tasteful Tuesday appearance, you actually can get a marketing campaign done where you can come on,
Hmm.
actually take the stage yourself,
Yeah.
and you get a chance to be on like you're on, any other type of show. There's right there. There's information. Tasteful Tuesdays. It's right
There we
there. I'll
are.
pop it up on the screen for you. It's called a,
Hmm.
it's a day party.
Hmm.
Let me go ahead and get this out of the way here. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, it's basically a jam session. And you can see it right there, 3 p.m. to dusk. Bring your lawn chair. And there's the information. If you want to be a vendor, you can call the station 404-361-1570, or you can give me a call, 678-410-9833. As you can see, we got live music from our own DJs.
Hmm.
We have special VIP sections available, live performance, because literally we have our own, it's actually behind the station. We have our own well manicured backyard. So you can
Oh,
come out and just
yes.
chill out. Yep. If you like cigars, we'll have a cigar area for you right there, and you guys can see there is some of the happy folks right there at the event. And there's Lady
Hmm.
E right there popping into the screen. There she is. But that's it. We
Yes.
have our own backyard. Great stuff going on there. Again, that's Tasteful Tuesdays, located right there in Morrow, Georgia. Here it is. I'll pop it up so you can get more information. You can call the station 404-361-1570, or you can give me a call directly, 678 410-9833. There it is right there. It's every Tuesday, starting in the spring, 3 p.m. to dusk, 2424 Old Rexmore Road in Ellenwood, Georgia. We would ask you to please call the station ahead of time and kind of do like a little pre-reservation. We're not going to kind of stop you if you come without one, but we suggest do that so all we can get an idea of how many people are coming. Sometimes we've had the place so packed out because we've had food trucks. We've had to have people parked down the street. So I'm just saying, please call the station 404-361-1570, as you see on the screen, or you can simply call myself at 678-410-9833. And like I said, again, we'll be more than happy to get you set up. We got vendor packages, we have advertising packages available.
Hmm.
So we can find out about your business. Isn't that what you want? Find out about
Uh,
your music.
yes,
Everybody
yes,
says I'm an artist. The labels want to charge me all this money. I can't get my music out. Bam, we got the solution for you. Come on
absolutely.
down to WIGO, and we'll get you straight and get you going on. Well, Lady E, what do we have coming up next there on the legendary WIGO?
Coming up next, we have It's God's Talk Time with an
Come on now.
author name of Deborah Colbert. So tune in. It is coming up right next on WIGO 1570 Pacesetter. And also tune in tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a replay of my show called The History, the Song, the Artist, where I've been telling the story of the legendary Faith Evans, the first lady of hip hop, how she became the first lady of hip hop. And that's going to be at 5 p.m. I'll be featuring the group New Edition, who again I said I
What?
did not know they were on the Bad Boy label, but they were at one point. So tune in at 5 p.m. Get your coffee, get your slippers, just relax and listen to the history, the song, the artist with yours truly, Lady E better known as Erica Holloway. So if you hear that name, that's me on the legendary WIGO 1570 pace setter.
You want to get that real name out so people will say, well, oh, I know her.
Uh-huh.
And again,
Yes.
guys, we ask you to please support us. So we appreciate every support that you do. We're appreciative again. Want to give a big shout out to the folks at Allen Vigil Ford in Lincoln. They're located at 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard, right in Morrow, Georgia. Huge dealership, new Fords, new Lincolns, and pre-owned vehicles of every type. So please give us a shout out. But I'll make it easy for you. Give me a call. That's right. I'm a commercial account manager. I'm, in fact, the commercial account manager there at the dealership, but I do individual cars for individuals. So hit me up again. I'll put up one more time how you can reach me. There's the email, jsimmons@realtalksports.net, or you can call me directly on the cell, 678-410-9833. All right, guys, we got to go. You know, the preacher got to throw this in. If you don't know the Lord Jesus Christ as your personal Savior, get to know him today. Nobody loves you like Jesus, and he died for your sins. And so if you repent and believe that, two great things happen. You become a citizen of the kingdom of heaven, and you become an adopted child of God with all the rights therein. So I don't know about you, but that seems like the good way to go. All right, guys, listen, we got to sign off now. For all those of you listening on WIGO, Pace Setter 1570, we say thank you. Lady E, we say thank you, and God bless. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We got to go, guys. Take care.